Gazzy, congratulations, top of the group, safely through. In the end, how would you assess the group campaign overall?
Yeah, obviously a slow start. Gutted to lose the first game, but to come through and top the group, I'm happy with that. But yeah, that was a nervy game. Probably didn't show it all the way through, apart from towards the end where I'm trying to get a win. But yeah, it was a good campaign so far.
I'd say nervy. You didn't show any of it. It looked a cool, calm and composed display there.
Yeah, but I was edgy all the way through. But like sometimes I play better when the pressure's on and I'm edgy. And yeah, it was I was concentrating in that game.
Are you superstitious? You know, you've gone back to the black shirt. This is the one that you had all the success in. Is this a mental thing? Go back to things that you know that you played well in before and so on?
I stuck with my black and white shoes for a bit. But my buddy John, he's been away for quite a while, and whenever he's with me, it's a good omen. And he's like, go back to your black shoes, get rid of those Nathan Aspinall trainers, is what he says. And I have, and yeah, it's worked.
Even though you won the World Series event in them?
Yeah, but I've won a lot more with these.
Are you superstitious overall in life in general then? Because obviously shirt that you've done so much in,
it's
shoes
weird because like I'm staying outside Wolverhampton and the parking space, and like there's a empty car park, and there was one car parked in the space that I parked in for the last couple of nights, and yeah, I play with my head a little bit.
Look, you're coming into some form at just the right time. Do you feel you're starting to peak again? Obviously here, Minor to come and the Worlds. This could be a good time for the Iceman.
Yeah, I'm playing decent. I haven't peaked yet. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm playing all right, but there's plenty more to come, and I'm practicing unbelievable, but it's getting on that main stage. But yeah, there's a lot more gears, a lot more in the tank, but it's getting out on the big stage.
Do you actually like everyone talking about Luke and so on, and you can just do your thing under the radar? Do you prefer that than being in the limelight?
I actually prefer people putting me down rather than bigging them up. I prefer them putting me down because then I'll try and prove them wrong. So yeah, it just gives me a kick up the backside, and yeah, I don't know, people talking about me that I'm finished, I'm on a slippery slope. But yeah, I had the worst year last year and I'm still scraping the top 10. But yeah, I've got a free year next year, and you know, if I can get back in the top 8 at the end of this season, you know, after the World Championship, then free season next year.
Cheers, Gazzy, thank you.
Congratulations, Gerwyn. You were talking there about your game. It might not be exactly where you want it, but is it in the right place to go all the way here?
No, mentally I'm in a good place. It's just, you know, performing when it matters and under the ultimate pressure. And you know, I've been under that a couple of times in this tournament already, but you know, it gets better and better and stronger, and hopefully I can get better.
Are you starting to think about the Premier League again? Obviously, it's been a long time since you weren't in it. Do you think you're in trouble? Are you looking at that thinking, I've got to get myself back in there again?
I think I'm one of the best players this season. You know, if you look at the way I played last year, it was absolutely terrible when I was in. I'm number 1 on the Pro Tour, number 1 on the Players' Championship list. If you look at money earned, I'm in the top 5, top 6. You know, I've had a great year. I mean, you look at everybody else. I mean, don't question me, question them.
I mean, there's a lot of competition talking about, for example, Beau Greaves being in it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a joke, but yeah, I don't know.
Thank you.
Well done tonight, Gazzy. You said that you enjoy people putting you down, it motivates you. What does it make you feel like when you hear people say you shouldn't have been in the Premier League last year, or he's not won a major in so long? What does it make you feel like, and how does it motivate you?
To be honest, I just keep trying to perform the best I can. It doesn't bother me what people think. You know, it has bothered me in the past, but now I really don't care. You know, I've done what I've done. I've played in the Premier League. If I'm not in it next year, then whoever's in deserves to be in it. But you know, like I said, I'm one of the best performers over the last 12 months, and it'd be probably a little bit harsh if I don't get in.
And where has that change of mindset come from compared to a few years ago?
I'm not sure. Maybe I had a bit of sports psychology before the World Championship last year, and yeah, it's just sort of kicked me into gear and made me think a little bit more positively. And you know, over the last 12 months, it's worked, and yeah, I've been performing pretty decent, I think.
And in that match, you said you felt quite nervous and edgy. How often do you big boys feel nervous? Because you play these tournaments and these big matches so many times.
I think that's probably the most nervous I've been for quite a while. I just wanted to qualify through the groups and, you know, get into the last 16. I don't, you know, if I would never get that nervous in a final. It's weird because you're probably more nervous in the first round because that's the toughest one. Once you're in a final, you know, you've picked up a lot of ranking points and, you know, the edginess is gone. But I don't get it very often, but today I did.
Just getting well done tonight, thank you.
Congratulations, Gezi. We discussed yesterday when going 3-0 up against James Wade, important that get into him early. Against Stefan tonight with his limited stage experience, was that sort of the same mindset?
Yeah, obviously I love to start well and get some legs on the board and put people under pressure. Don't always happen, but you know, whether I'm in front or behind, I can play whichever. But yeah, to put him under pressure is probably key for me, and to put it, and you know, I think he put a lot of doubts in his mind. But yeah, just concentrate on my own game.
And does the tournament start afresh for you again now that you're through the group and it's longer format?
Yeah, it's pretty much similar to the World Championship. You know, before and after Christmas, you get through the group stage, you have a day off, and then you start afresh.
And it'll be Martin Schindler in the last 16. Thoughts on that match?
Yeah, I've played Martin a couple of times, and I think there's a lot of boys in some good form, and he's probably one of them. But yeah, I concentrate on my own game. I know my game's in a good place, and if I hit my A game, then I feel like I'll come through that game. But if I don't, then it's going to be a battle.
Thanks, Steve.
Gerwyn, you've won 4 titles on the floor this year. Do you think that next major big win is imminent?
Yeah, definitely. I just need, sometimes or most of the time, you need a little bit of luck to win big tournaments. I've been battling on, and I don't think I've had any luck at all. So, you know, it's the back end of the season, and I think I've saved my luck right till the end. So hopefully this tournament, the Players' Championships, and mainly the World Championship.
You've had this amazing fitness transformation as well. Do you think that makes you more dangerous the longer the format gets in tournaments like the Grand Slam?
No, I don't think so. I mean, everybody plays their own game. They got their own routines, their own fitness stuff that they do. But you know, it's better to be the way I am than the way I was. I think it definitely helps, but I'm not sure if it's going to be any positive more over the other players. Like.
And you've been excelling on the Pro Tour. Does that add more pressure when playing on the TV tournaments to live up to those heights?
No, definitely not. When you're winning in Pro Tours and Europeans and you're picking up ranking points, it eases the pressure because you're not constantly chasing. You know, if you're going out early in Pro Tours and Europeans and you think, well, I need to perform in majors to get those points, but you know, I've covered some ranking points and backed it up in Pro Tours Europeans and eases pressure in these.
Thanks,